I don't think there is a cooler small pickup truck than the GMC Syclone from the early 90s, so I want to revive it in this video. I'm gonna base it on the new Sierra because I really like the front end of the new Sierra, and then we're gonna make some surgery on the AT4 trim level of the new Sierra and turn it into a new Syclone. I think it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna add some Voss and HF2 wheels on there. I'm gonna take the Camaro ZL1 front end bumper and apply it onto the Sierra, and of course lower it and turn it into a two-door instead of a crew cab. So here it is. This is the one that we're gonna chop up. I love it in black, the AT4X in this specific trim. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this. We don't want to have a crew cab for a Syclone. The original was two-door, so we're gonna remove this piece right here, and that means that the bed is gonna extend and it's gonna have a lower stance. Of course, this needs to go. These wheels and tires needs to go. And as I said, add some Voss and HF2s onto this. I wanted to have some sort of spiral design in the wheels, but I really fell in love with these wheels that I'm gonna apply onto this. Down here, we're gonna have the Camaro ZL1 front bumper. I think that's gonna look completely nuts if we manage to integrate that in some sort of way. The front end, I really like the front end of the Sierra, so I'm gonna keep it just as it is. Maybe play around a little bit with the GMC logo, switch it and mirror it so it's the correct way first of all. But I think the biggest challenge is gonna be how to work on these proportions, because when you have a crew cab, the proportions are completely different from when you do a single cab design, and I think it's gonna look good on these proportions of the Sierra, especially if we lower it down a lot and make it more of a sporty looking truck, because of course that's what we want if we're gonna redesign a Syclone. Imagine being able to sketch anything you want with pen and paper and get the proportions and perspective right every single time. That's what I teach my students inside my online course, Analog Designer Pro Pack. You learn everything from what basic tools to use in your sketching, how to get the perspective right using my unique cloud sketching technique, and how to nail the proportions of your car and product sketches by implementing something I call the box sliding technique. These classes have helped thousands of students all over the world quickly improve their sketching, and once you go through the course and actually take it step by step, you'll be able to see your own sketching skills shoot up to a new level. So click the link in the description or go to analogdesignerpropack.com to see everything you get access to inside, and check out the results my students are getting by implementing these techniques. And as a bonus, I'll even walk you through my 2 portfolios that got me into a master's degree in automotive design in Italy and also landed my first job as a designer. It's priceless if you're looking to become a professional designer. So click the link below or go to analogdesignerpropack.com today to learn more. I'll see you on the inside. They actually built a Syclone, I think it was just last year or 2021. They made 50 of these new Syclones. It was supercharged 750 horsepower 5.3 liter V8, and it was based on the GMC Canyon Elevation, but this was just a very special model. As I said, they only built 50 of them, so I'm gonna try and do something that could, go into mass production. So that said, let's jump in to the redesign and let's create a 2023 GMC Syclone based on the GMC Sierra. Some backstory of the original Syclone: it was a high-performance pickup truck produced by GM, of course, from 1991 to 1993. Then it was based on the GMC Sonoma and featured a turbocharged 4.3 liter V6 engine producing 280 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. And this engine was paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission. It would have been cool to have sort of a 5-speed maybe. I know a 6-speed wasn't really the case in this time period, but a 5-speed manual transmission combined with this V6 engine would be really cool, because it feels like the original GMC Syclone, it feels like a nimble, small, little sporty truck, and I think it would pair well with a manual transmission. And it also features all-wheel drive as well as a heavy-duty suspension and braking system, and of course it sits a lot lower than the original GMC Sonoma that it's based on. One of the key selling points of the Syclone was, of course, the performance of this small truck. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds and had a top speed of 110 miles per hour. This made it one of the fastest production trucks of its time. In addition, the Syclone's all-wheel drive system and sport-tuned lowered suspension gave it excellent handling and traction as well. It looked like a truck, but it handled like a sports car, making it both capable on and off-road. The Syclone was first introduced in 1991, with only 2,995 units were produced that specific year, and the truck was offered in one trim level and one color, and that was black. It was not marketed as a mainstream consumer product, but as a limited edition performance vehicle aimed at a niche market of speed enthusiasts, but also who wanted a truck. And this sporty feel transformed not just from on the exterior, but it also transformed into the interior, where you have bucket seats, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and a premium sound system. Standard features included power windows, mirrors and door locks, as well as air conditioning and a tilt steering wheel. Options included a power sunroof and a rear seat audio system as well. The Syclone's success was limited due to its high price tag, which was around $25,000 when it was first introduced back in 1991, which contributed to its exclusivity and desirability among collectors. Only 3,547 units were produced in 1991 and 1992, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after trucks of its time. Despite its limited production and high price, the Syclone received positive reviews from Motoring Press and was praised for its impressive performance and handling, which was a surprise because journalists were sitting in a truck and they were expecting truck performance, but this was handling, as I said, like a small sports car. It became something of a cult classic among enthusiasts and has a loyal following up until today. And if you manage to find one in good condition, they go for a very hefty price still today, and that's because of the rarity, of course. So what's going on here in this redesign? I love making these turning trucks into more sporty versions of themselves. I made one of the Maverick. I also made one of the bringing back a brand new Ford F-150 Lightning. You can check those videos out right here on the channel as well if you want to. And this just looks so menacing, all blacked out. I didn't want to have any chrome. Chrome would feel just wrong in this case, to add some chrome bits and pieces in the grille or in the logo, for example. I wanted to black everything out and implement the ZL1 lower piece from the Camaro into the front end to emphasize the aggressiveness, which also has this nice lip to it, and also more intakes in the front end. I also took the side skirts from the Camaro ZL1 and applied it onto this design. And in the rear, we need to work on this side step or step in the corner of the rear end. I want to remove that and have a proper bumper with some sort of diffuser that you can barely see sticking in underneath this bumper that we're gonna design. But the biggest challenge here was to get the proportions right. How long do I want to stretch the bed out, and how short do I want to make the cab? I think these proportions that we have right here look pretty good on this design, specifically when we slap on the Syclone logo at the very end of this redesign, in addition to the lowered ride height and the Vossen HF2 wheels that I'm adding onto this. I also want to have the brake calipers not be red, but I want to have them be more of that in between red and orange tone that the Syclone logo is in, so I'm changing those colors as well. Super fun redesign to do. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.